Okay, we're going to be cleaning our SIG P320. I have field stripped it, and this is really as far as you're going to go when you're cleaning. We're going to be using the SEAL1 CLP Plus. It's a paste, a liquid, an aerosol, and pre-saturated bore patches. Remember, they all do the same thing, so it doesn't matter which one you use. Okay, so being a paste guy, that's typically what I use the most. So I'm going to go ahead, take the paste, and we're going to spread it on each piece, going piece by piece by piece. And remember, our product is safe on all metals, plastics, composites, rubber, wood, leather, carbon fibers, you name it, it's safe on all of them. And here you can see how easy it is, and it spreads around. And this is just the way it's going to be every time you clean using our product. When you first start using our product, I do suggest that you start with a clean firearm. And one, there's two reasons why, because you see how easy it spreads and goes over each piece of the firearm. And then you, as I have stated, you go piece by piece by piece. And that initial time, you let it sit on there about 15 to 20 minutes. Because that's helping in the seasoning process. As I said, remember, it's like seasoning a cast iron skillet. You want to get our product in so that it actually penetrates into the pores of the metal. It's actually cracks and fissures, but just for simplicity, we call it the pores of the metal. So it gets in and covers it. All right. And then as you can see here, I put it on the entire frame. Because even if it's plastic, you're still going to put it on the inside, the outside, cover entire portion of it. And then going back, starting with the clean firearm, you put it on, you cover that entire firearm with it, let it sit the initial time, 15 to 20 minutes, and then you come back and wipe it all off. So using SEAL1 products is very simple. Don't overthink the process, but you just want to make sure that you're covering the entire firearm inside and out with our product. And it doesn't matter if it's which one, whether it's the paste, liquid, aerosol, pre-saturated bore patch. Because as you see, when I'm cleaning, the only tools that I use are the nylon brush and a bore jag, because our products do not allow the carbon to harden. All right, so that's one reason why the cleaning is reduced so much, is because it's really easy to wipe the carbon on and off. And I use a microfiber cloth, and as you can see with the jag and the pre-saturated bore patch, you get 100% coverage in the barrel, okay? So you don't have to worry, there's no metal on metal, and you can go up and down, back and forth on the barreling of the rifle, okay, or in this case the pistol. But it's in the rifle, because a lot of people say you should only clean the barrel of the rifle in one direction, which is the direction that the bullet follows. And if you're using a wire brush, even if it's bronze, it's still metal on metal. I agree with that. But when you're using a bore jag with a cotton pre-saturated bore patch on it, since there is no metal touching it, it's going to get 100% coverage in the barrel and the bore, and it's safe to scrub up and down. But when they're your weapons, you do it the way you want to. This is just how I do it on mine. So you will use, you'll see how the carbon is coming out, and this pistol is not that dirty. I've just, since the last time I've cleaned it, I probably only put probably less than 100 rounds through it. And but you can see how just the scrubbing and cleaning, it's getting the carbon off. And I always flip the patch over because I like to use both sides. When you use the smaller patches, the 223 on the ARs, a lot of times that first patch and you can't flip it over because it's just it's too filthy. It's pulling out too much carbon. But on the larger patches, you can kind of move it around and make sure that you're getting that coverage on the entire firearm. So you see there's still some carbon that's on there, and but it's cleaner than the first one there. And you want to make sure that you wipe off the ramp, the entire barrel, everything. And just from the cleaning the previous pieces, my left hand is still covered with some of it, so I'm actually putting some on the outside of the barrel right now as we clean. So now the pre-saturated patch I was using is our SS12, which is for the 38 through 45. The dry cotton patch that I'm putting through now is our SS10, which is the 270 through 35 caliber. And push that through, and you can see it's still pulling out some of the carbon, but it's not that much. Flip that over, and I'll go ahead and use that again to get it dried out. So the process with SEAL1 is very simple. Okay, we can't stress that enough, but it's amazing how many people have come back, and especially if you've been shooting and cleaning for a while and you're in your routines, that you tend to start cleaning it as you always have with another product. But with the SEAL1 CLP Plus, you don't need any other product. You're just going to use that one. And after the third cleaning, which is we like to call it the clean shoot, clean shoot, clean shoot, like seasoning the cast iron skillet, you're going to see that your cleaning process is very simple. And here I'm going a little bit slower than what I normally do if I'm not talking. But whether I shoot 200 or 2,000 rounds through here, my cleanup time's still less than 15 minutes. I actually took an AR, that one of mine, and I had put about 1,500 rounds through it, and then I timed myself field stripping it. No, I started from it field stripped, cleaned it, put it back together, and it was 23 minutes. So you can see it's still fairly, fast. I mean, normally I think the AR I'd be usually in there about 45 minutes or longer, and then it also scrubbing, trying to get the carbon out. Now looking down the barrel, you can see it's nice and shiny, and make sure that I'm getting I'll get some light on it so you can look in and see it, and I'll try to close in on it a little better so you can get in there and see that. But this is nice and clean, and there's nothing built up inside of there. And then I always like to follow with another of our pre-saturated patches just to put it through the barrel. I like to keep all my barrels just with a slight coat on it, and then especially for long-term storage. I have a couple of rifles of mine that I put through a long-term storage process, and I live 5 blocks from the beach, and I had those, and they're still stored in an SKB rifle hard case. And I went 8 years without opening it, and you could see how well, I mean, it was still just no rust, nothing in there. So now we come back and we go back the steps we just did and wipe everything off. And I had remember how shiny it looked when the product was on there. Right now, as you're wiping it all off, and our product works best when you wipe it completely dry. So as I like to say it, you're putting the product on to clean it, and then you're wiping it off to lubricate it. All right, so use the microfiber towels, which we find work best because they don't leave lint or anything around, and you can wash them with our product and not worry about any fumes or anything, because this is completely all non-toxic. So you'll go through the process here, wipe it all completely dry, and then I using the jag just to push the rag up in there to make sure each little piece that it is wiped out. You want to, yes, it's going to be all wiped off. And what's great about our product is being that it's, when you've wiped it all off, it's the dry lubricant, is that when you're shooting at an outdoor range and all the dust, that's around, you don't have to worry about the dust and all building up on your firearm, sticking to the lubricant. All right, and make sure you clean your magazines, and using our product on your magazines makes them great just as well, because when you're doing a magazine change and you're dropping the mag and it's going down in the dust, now the dust is not sticking to the magazine either. So now you make sure that I'm ensuring that I'm getting it all wiped off on the spring. So I just have my fingernail dug in and kind of twisting it there so that I'm getting each little groove there of the spring cleaned out. So that's all dried off also. But it's, this is just a simple process. And as I said, it's doing the cleaning process and doing this just gives me a lot more to talk about. But remember, SEAL1, it's a wipe on, wipe off. You don't need any other products. Okay, see here, now I'm taking the receiver, I'm wiping it off also, and you could see how it was all nice and shiny. We also have 6x6 seal skins, which are good for when you conceal carry and you haven't shot the firearm but you sweated on it all day, that you come back and you can just use it to wipe it down, or even just the microfiber cloth. But at least with the 6x6 seal skin, you're getting some more product on there. And also with concealed carry, you don't have to worry about our firearms leaving oil on your clothes. So as you can see, I've wiped out the entire piece of it inside and out where I had it. It's not nice and dry, it's not slick. Now wipe out the outside of the barrel, and then you're gonna, as you can see here, it's not slick, so it's your hands aren't sliding on it. Now we go ahead and we put the firearm back together, and then we're just going to run a function check, make sure it works, and that's really all there is to it. It's using this product, very simple. One product, doesn't matter if it's the paste, liquid, or aerosol, or the pre-saturated board patches. They all do the same thing. So that's it. SEAL1 and done.